This is episode 300. Why did I say it like that?
Because you didn't want to yell like me.
I didn't want to yell, but I also wanted it to be dramatic. It's 300. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Why did I think this was good?
This is take 3. That's so funny, Alex. Sorry. I know this is not the time for this, but that is the funniest fucking thing. This is take 300 of us trying to make a podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
fantastic.
amazing.
Why did I think this was good? Okay. See?
It's just steamrolled over that whole thing.
I love it, though. It is take 300. It's another episode with 2 names. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Join us on this white-knuckle joyride as we talk about pedal captures and riff contests. It's back, everybody.
There's riff contests are back. John Mayer is back. The Nano Cortex is back.
You know what's not back? Fucking guitar amps. Get fucked.
Get fucked. We're out. See you.
We're here.
300.
You ever done anything 300 times?
Well, funny you should ask, Derek. I have, and it's podcasting because the other podcast that I do recorded its 300th episode last Thursday as we record this right now. Somehow those lined up in the same 7-day period.
That's
now,
incredible.
We're every other week over here, so that podcast has been going half as long.
Yeah.
And catching right up.
Yeah.
And at this point, I do them. I have done right around 200 episodes of that show because I'm kind of an every other week most of the time situation over there, so I don't overload myself, and I have a kind of a crew of people who we share the duties with, which is a nice situation to have. And they, because I just didn't have the bandwidth to put anything together for a celebratory big fancy thing over there, just like I didn't over here, they totally picked up the thing and put together this 2-hour thing with a huge cast of people and call-ins from other podcasts, and it was really, really great. And I am excited and grateful for those guys. And it's like
that's excellent.
I feel very letting the butterfly go about it too, because I was hands off, not touching it, and I showed up and just was a guest almost, and it was and it went off great, and so very proud of them. But anyway, 300.
Really
I'm doing
cool.
a lot of 300s lately.
Yeah, I mean, nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's been how many years? We started in 2013, so
yes. So this is our 12th year. Yeah.
Which is also this month in September. So
right.
We don't have a day, but it's the month of September. So wild.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, I mean, the number of things I've done for 12 years, not be a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This podcast is older than my kid. So. Oh
yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's reflect. What have I done in the last 12 years? I mean, I don't know. We both got married,
Yeah. That's right.
How far back do we peel this onion? But yeah, I don't know. What a ride, guys.
Technically, I guess I'd gotten married just before we started this podcast, because that's when I moved to Ohio. And
it was a couple of months or a month.
Yeah, it was
maybe?
We just got settled here, and then it was let's finally do this podcast thing we were talking about.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good reason to stay in touch, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
If you want to put it that way. But yeah, I remember trying to set it up, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, Justin's working at home. He's doing his thing in his new house, and is moved in. Why not? Can we can we just do it now? Is it actually easier?
Yeah.
Somehow now that you're far away.
Right. How did we meet?
Oh dear. I'm not even looking at the chat.
How did we meet? We
met through your bro there.
Yeah.
And a former bandmate of mine and both of ours, Ty. And Ty and I went to college together for our undergraduates, and we met and hit it off with music and things we started a band, and that band went for 10 years. At some point, Justin joined after we had like left college and stuff, and like the band took a few different forms over the years, and Justin was a member for that sort of last, I don't know, iteration of Forging Reverie, you could say. Right. But also like always kind of there as the fifth Beatle, you know. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You're
when my brother like, you know, forms a band in college and they want to record a demo, he's not gonna go someplace else. So so we knew, we met, we knew, and we hung out on many occasions and for many events.
And you were in a band at the time.
Yeah, we would do. Did we do shows together? Did we do?
Yeah, of course. We did many, I think.
At this point, it's so long ago, and it bleeds together. So I'm like, did the Speed of Film and Forging Reverie do shows together? Yeah, we definitely did.
So get this. You want to hear a crazy connection? Okay. Do you remember when we were still at Plymouth State, you came up to run sound for a gig of ours that was in the main campus building?
Yeah.
You remember doing that? Okay. That gig had another band on it called The Safe Escape, and a member of that band was previously in Forging Reverie, and the drummer of The Safe Escape, or A Safe Escape, I'm not sure, is actually now my drummer in A Blockbuster Summer. Hilariously, also, on that bill that night was the Human Flight Committee. Right? Yeah, Human Flight Committee.
I remember that.
You remember this band?
I remember the name. I can't think of a song, but yeah.
I can't either. So Human Flight Committee, I remember getting them on this bill and feeling like that's a big deal. They're a big name.
Right.
To come up
like
here.
They were like a real band.
Right.
You know, said in that voice. Not that I don't know the difference. Not that I don't know that bands are real.
Well, they had such an established thing. You know, it felt like they were the pros almost, like the local pros.
Yeah.
Flash forward 15 fucking years, and Aaron from the Human Flight Committee is our booking guy for Emo Night.
That's awesome. Wow.
Like, I'm talking to him at some point, and he mentions Human Flight Committee, and someone else mentions it, and I'm like,
it's like, why are we talking about this?
What?
Someone filled me in.
And I'm like, but there was that gig. Oh my God. And like, so all these pieces just clicked into place. But that's a funny thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Dang.
You sounded super thrilled. Great story, man.
I didn't mean that as sarcastic as I can. Okay, a little aside. Something in nature has awakened in this past week, and every day I have a different allergy going on. Today, thankfully, it's not in my nose today, or this would probably sound gross, but it's in my right eyeball, and I'm on a white knuckled thrill ride of trying not to touch my eye during this podcast. So for everybody with the video version, watch to see if Justin touches his right eyeball at any point during this show, because I have not touched it in over an hour, and that's good.
That is
good.
But it
wants me to touch it. So anyway, what else are we talking about?
You're good, man. You're good. I did not. Oh my God, that is the name of the episode.
The chat
Welcome to the chat, everybody.
Gifts. Yep. All right.
Welcome. I'm going to write that down. White knuckle. Joyride. Great job, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. This is cool. I like seeing so many people here. I have not updated your names in the show notes, but I will do that before the end of the episode. I promise.
I can't wait to find out. And I guess it really is just to confuse me and just to hear the confusion.
I think it's just kind of a fun thing that happens. Yeah. So
just making sure I'm not missing part of the joke.
Nope.
Just at my expense. It's fine.
Just to mess you up.
I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, what's going on over yonder?
Well, wife went away for the weekend. She's getting home super late tonight, like potentially tomorrow morning, depending on how planes go. She's been doing this training course that happens in South Carolina. It's every few weeks. She goes for a long weekend. This is like the second of 3 or 4 or something. So we've been just the two of us here at the house, which has been fun and at times frustrating because parenting is never all just one thing, and that's fine. But we had a real good afternoon together here, and all's well, and she's going to get back. Funny thing, she tells me this story, so I'm going to vicariously use her story because nothing interesting happened to me. But the plane was, so they go to, the conference is in Charleston.
Okay.
And North Carolina, and South Carolina, whichever Carolina has Charleston.
I wasn't going to ask because I didn't know the answer. Then I was like, it's one of the Carolinas.
One of the Carolinas. It might be South. Yeah. I think it's South actually. She has a layover in Charlotte, so the plane goes, and it's just, she has this feeling like we're kind of been up here a while, and then the plane just suddenly banks real hard. And a little while later, they get informed that they've actually been in a holding pattern around Charlotte for Charlotte, whatever the layover was. And there was like storms. There was like little storms everywhere, and they didn't want to land it. And the pilot decided they would need more fuel, so they diverted to Charleston. So they land in Charleston, and they're gonna just get some fuel and take back off again. But
to go back to the wrong place for her.
And she's like, so I'm in Charleston. And one of the flight attendants also is paying attention to the manifest and says, comes over to her and also in the background, two people have stood up and tried to basically ask to leave, that they want to rent a car and drive to their destination. And they get told to sit the fuck back down.
See, like logistical bullshit. Like I know there's a real reason, but come on.
Right. It's like this is not the way we do things kind of reason, and there's probably some regulatory things and keeping track of who's where, and
insurances, and
yeah. But the flight attendant says to her, "You are the only passenger on this jet whose final destination is Charleston."
Is here.
And Marielle's like, so, like, are they going to let me off, though?
Because, if you don't say anything, you know?
They're like, we're not pulling up to a jetway. Like, are they going to let me off? Or are they going to make me go back up into the sky, go to a different city, get off a plane, get onto a different plane, and then go back into the sky and come back to this city? And she's like, oh, yeah, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And Marielle's like...
Right, because they're not going to a gate to refuel necessarily.
Right, exactly. And the flight attendant's, like, very nonchalant. You're going to be fine. And these two people get told to sit the fuck back down. But then the captain comes out, and like they open the door, and the captain goes and, like, I don't know, looks at the plane for a while and stuff, something that they think to do before they take off.
Out of gas.
Captain always just, I think they check things. They look around and check things before they fly a plane. It's like things you're supposed to do. And then sure enough, they did bring over like stairs, like I'm assuming a stair truck, like she's the fucking president or something.
Like she's fucking Michael Bluth. Yeah, okay.
Right. And then she comes to the thing, and then somebody comes in a van and picks her up and takes her back, where she gets into a jetway that is empty and has no jet on it, and emerges into the gate from where a plane isn't, and everybody's like, huh? and they were very upset with the pilot, and she overheard the flight line crew guy saying, like, you are not supposed to do this. And it was like, what the, I mean, but it's so fucking stupid if they didn't, you know what I mean?
So, like, it is so fucking stupid. And if I was in her position and they, like, I'm assuming they didn't try to get her back on the plane. Because
they went with it.
At that point,
I think at the point
I would have a hard time not being like,
you,
I'm not
right?
doing that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So they let it happen, and she was fine. She didn't have to take that second flight or the third flight, which would have caused the third flight.
Could you imagine, like, you're facing, right? You've had one flight and you're facing three.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is that? That's fucking ridiculous.
I find out about this because she's texting me from the plane that's on the tarmac. She like gets service again. So it's like, she's like, so listen, this is what's going on. And I am not confident, but I'm thinking about opening a door and belly flopping down one of the inflatable ramps.
I was going to say, like, how close, how, I don't know, what would I do to get my way in this situation because it is fucking absurd that I would have to fly back. You know,
it sounds like she didn't really have to fight for it. She was worried because of what they told the other people, but because it requires some kind of paperwork on their part, I guess, whereas it wasn't this other people's destination. So they were like, absolutely not. Are we opening the plane for you kind of thing?
That's very different. That's totally fair because the plane they're trying to connect to isn't there. So like, I don't know. When it's a special treatment thing, quote unquote, I would have absolutely been like, it's not me. Take it up with them. Like I'm just the one that was picked that it's okay for. Like it's not anything she chose, right? It's just that that's where she's already going.
Yeah.
What a fucking mess.
So story's fine, happy ending, but I've never heard of that happening before, but it probably does.
Just reduce your carbon footprint. Drop me here.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Technically by one body. Reduce your weight by one. But I mean, they must have been looking because she said that the attendant approached her about it.
Okay, that's good.
So they were paying attention to the manifest. So I mean, it kind of makes me think that this probably does happen occasionally. You know,
I mean, it must if you're close enough to divert to the next nearest major airport.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's got to happen.
Right.
So.
Right. So anyway,
what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
I've got stuff going on here, I guess. I am in the final 0.5% of finishing Chopper, I would say.
Yes.
So, like, I've been programming the lights now. I ordered that, or I don't think I told you, it's been a while. I told you,
showed me,
the light bar with the red, and then it's got 3 LED eyes across the front. Each eye has 7 micro LEDs in it. And they're fully programmable and addressable and assignable and everythingable, and it's awesome. And it's all controlled by a new micro ESP32. So it's very small on top of a very big light board, which is cool. And I've been hooking it up into my computer here using the Arduino IDE. And in that, the developer has created a serial connector portal, basically, or a view. So like in the serial command, you can then program the lights without having to change the code. So you just tell it.
Oh, cool.
Change the left out of red.
So it has an operating system, basically.
It has a little tiny operating system that you access through the IDE. And it saves whatever it has last done. So when you unplug it and plug it back in, it's back to where it was last set. Mm-hmm. So I can program it here, bring it wherever, and it'll just do its thing. So I used some dual lock and got a battery pack up into the inside of the dome so the dome can spin freely without any wires getting tangled on any internal stuff.
Nice.
And got the... It's still a slightly temporarily fit. I just need to fine tune the actual colors of the eyes and how quickly they blink and change. But it's looking fucking great.
That's amazing.
I'm like super jazzed about it. So GraniteCon is in 2 weeks, and
2 weeks.
It's going to be like way more done than I thought he was going to be at this stage, which is great. And then into October, like I don't know, it's going to be a big change. Like I'm going to deliver this thing, but it's going to be weird to like have all the shop space back and not have Chopper around every single day. You know, there's always been something like, oh, I could work on this little thing. A project this big always has a few small little things you can work on. So, but then it's full steam ahead for R2 on my side, and that'll be that's a much longer term project. So that'll be more. Well,
I was going to say your other long term project though is going to be coming along end of October. So to speak.
Right. There's kind of like a non-zero chance that I share a birthday with this kid.
That's so interesting. That'd be fun, right? I think that'd be fun.
I don't know. Some people I know like 1 or 2 people that share a birthday with someone in their family. Yeah. And I guess if it's what you always know, it'd be hard to feel any different. I wonder if it's similar to having your birthday near Christmas or a major holiday.
Right, near a gift-giving holiday. It's about, like, I could see this thing where as a kid you'd be like, well, it's not mine. It's like you wish you had something more special, but I think that's all about how you handle it as a family, right? Like I
think so too.
I'm pretty sure you could make that feel special, so you'd be fine.
What's that birthday statistic about? Here it is. Hang on.
This is like how everybody has...
in a room of 23 people, there's a 50-50 chance that 2 people share a birthday. That's all it takes is 23
that's
people.
lottery statistics right there. That's the inverse of lottery statistics because you have 23. No, sorry. It's not that you have 23 chances. It's that all 23 people each have 23 chances. So it's like astronomical, and then the reciprocal of that, being that, well, no, you don't have the chances you think you have.
And in a room of 75 people, there's a nearly 100% chance of a shared birthday. So anyway, but
that's a fun thing. This is a fun thing to do at a gig, though, because I think as somebody who's playing in a band, you're probably pretty regularly in a room full of 75 people. And
that's a great point. I never thought about that. We'll just start being like, whose birthday?
Right. That's a little like tuning
not is it
moment,
anyone's,
right? Whose
not
birthday?
Is it anyone's birthday?
Right.
Whose birthday is it?
Whose birthday is it? Exactly.
That'd be a great little bit of banter. You're like tuning up. Yeah, like you're saying, hey, did you guys know that it takes only 23 people in a room before there's a 50-50 shot of having the same birthday?
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, what? But somebody in the back is going to shout, it's my birthday. That's what I want.
Right. Look at this. Alex is just like filling in all the Wikipedias and all the little answers for everything we say. He's looking up the statistics. So I should be putting this in the video, but I'm not. But just have this running like links of whatever we're talking about. Outstanding work over there.
Fantastic. So, what else? I think that's kind of it. We could do some show.
We could do some show. Let's do some show. Let's talk this 300 episode celebration that did not get planned.
Okay.
Hudson Broadcast. That's one of those that hold like one of those pedals that the Mayflower. It's these ones where they're almost unassuming at first, but they stick around. They hold up. I think
it's because with overdrives and fuzzes and those kinds of pedals, I don't know. I think I'm focused when I was doing that stuff more regularly. I was focused on like I need a few different tones out of this pedal to make the demo, right? I need something that's like low, high, really gainy, whatever, just to kind of demonstrate the range it has. And I don't know, I think maybe that plus not making the pedal sound weird, like a
not
big
going
reverb.
Extreme. Yeah,
it just leaves more room for like creative music writing. So I'm not going to call it a song, but it has a little more space to like, let me explore some of these riffs I've had kicking around.
Yeah. I was going to say, that one, did a couple of them have been riffs that you've put into songs?
One of them
one of them?
Yeah, that was not, that was actually almost it was kind of the foundation of an early draft of the Super Secret Dad Club theme song. Like my dad podcast that I sometimes do.
I wonder if that's what it was reminding me of. It feels very familiar, and for more than just this.
That show is moving into like a seasonal model, and we've been switching up the music for every season so far, and that's kind of fun.
Okay,
but it just helps, I don't know, keep it fresh. But anyway, good pedal.
Good pedal.
Good pedal.
What was I going to say before I got distracted by that pedal?
You were talking about doing this 300 nonsense.
Oh, yeah. So, right. We could have probably put some kind of big fancy party together, a retrospective thing, and maybe we'll think of more retrospective things to talk about. But
you got stuff going on.
Also, I have things to do. I don't know. Sounds like such an asshole way to put it. Yeah. No, we really kept being like, oh man, we should really do this.
Oh, actually, here's a thing. Maybe that's, I don't know if it's fun, but this documents note has, this Google Doc, our show notes, has every show from episode 201 forward.
Oh yeah, because we split it at some point because I think back then Google Docs used to perform really, really badly.
Yeah.
When the documents got pretty long. I haven't noticed that for a while. Maybe our computers have just gotten faster.
Or so
maybe
check
they fixed it.
Episode 201 was called I Used My Garage as an Impulse Response One Time. And that was the episode. That was the episode I mentioned that my band Delaney was breaking up.
Oh, wow.
So, but that's actually at the time it's on my desk. What am I turning around for? I got my Rev D20 that we're going to hear in a little bit.
Yeah.
Still adore this amp. One of the best gear purchases I've made. Throwing that out there.
Excellent.
Hey, Rev.
Excellent.
Shout out from the Tone Control. What else we got? The Acoustasonic was happening. Silver Sky SE around this time. We were still with Pedal Genie in the early 200s. Episode 207 was hilariously titled, I Have to Put My Legs in Wednesday and Thursday.
So my daughter was trying to learn the cello.
That's right.
I had to tune her cello. It was a very, very small cello. The little baby cello.
Oh, gosh. Of course, ham is the input, a pile of tape, all these great episodes from back in the 200s. As an exercise in hubris, I also used a metal zone. All right, I'm back.
Speaking of the Silver Sky SE, did you see that? So, Mr. JHS, their guy, has had some medical emergencies happening, and so I saw this. Google decided I must know that John Mayer was going to basically like sit in for his job for a second and do a little like, I'm going to do the thing since he can't for this 424 Porta Studio pedal, and just going on and on about how it has that certain something. And I just read it feeling like, well, of course it does, because this is the guy, like, what guitar could you put in his, you know what I mean? What gear could you give him that it wouldn't sound like music, right? So there's that. It's like he's on that very extreme level, but also like you can say that about any gear. I was reading the whole thing, like if this was a crap pedal. So I guess, so what I'm thinking in my head is like, what does it take for something to actually be crap that you couldn't find some way to use? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's kind of the point, is like
mechanically non-functional, like things that will actually break, like, maybe.
Yeah, there's that, of course. There's the meme pedals, right? The fart pedal, the Miku pedal, that kind of stuff.
So like you can only use it once kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, is anyone using the fart pedal to make sincere music? I mean, I don't know. I hope, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is.
Yeah.
Especially like John Mayer, it's like, I don't know. That's cheating.
It is. It was also like it's kind of maybe they thought it was meaningful because it's almost a polar opposite of his oeuvre. You know what I mean? Like he's
his
like deep
super
in this
hi-fi,
sticky tube hi-fi like feel.
Could be.
And he's going like super the opposite of that, I guess.
Maybe.
But
I think it's also interesting to see him endorse something like that without it being John Mayer pedal, right? It's not his. It's just like he's here to talk about it. I don't know. Is that an endorsement? Or is it more like a talk show?
Well, it reminded me of when, because John Mayer went on and sat in for Stephen Colbert, I think, many years ago. Sat in on somebody's late night talk show, was the host. And and like did pretty okay. Like what he's
a pretty funny guy.
Yeah. And at some point he revealed that he was given the advice by the person he was sitting in for, which I think was Stephen Colbert, but he said like, look, if you ever feel nervous or can't think of what to do, just like play the guitar for a second. Because it's that kind of show, you know what I mean, that you can get away. And there was a few times where it was just like,
anyway.
It was like, okay, I get it. Like that's kind of humanizing, right? To like somebody's used to being in front of a lot of people is still like, well, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, this is the part I'm not familiar with. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we've all seen the clips of like John Mayer at something gets handed a guitar that's like some piece of junk, right?
Yeah.
Or gets handed something from the audience and
instantly
plugs
increases
it in.
its value by $1 million.
And like fucking tears it up. It's great. Everybody loves it. Of course.
Right.
So when you see that happen to like a brand new product, basically.
Yeah.
Not that happen, but you see that for a pedal like the 424, it kind of makes you go, what?
You're right. Right.
What?
You could have
Okay.
done this to anything, John.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
what the thing is,
like
though,
you're doing it for your buddy, though, right? So
you're doing it
that's
for
what
your
it comes
buddy.
down for.
I don't think we see John Mayer do this about new gear. That's the other thing. Like it's about like maybe with the PRS guitars, right? The SE and the SE Silver Sky and stuff. There's plenty of endorsement stuff going around about that, but that's his guitar. Like that's pretty different than a pedal that JHS made, and then later John Mayer was like, "I'll cover this" or something. But again, it's the buddy aspect.
The buddy, okay. So there's the buddy aspect, or what if we interpret this the other way around and they're pretending to be buddies, but really there's some bad blood now because of how the last thing went down, because of how badly how badly the Not a Dumble thing got fucked up, and John is somehow behind the scenes responsible for that. And it's not going well, and it was not on purpose, like I theorized in a previous episode. And so now he needs to show up, and he needs to put some numbers on the board for this new thing to try to make up for it. So could have been either one, right? These are both very possible, real possibilities that I am suggesting.
It's true. No, I did not watch that video. No, I did not.
We have fun here.
Yeah. So to answer your question, no.
I didn't watch the video either. I read I think what I was reading was literally like a guitarworld.com article about the video so that I could read instead of give it a view.
Yeah. I think I saw that the video happened, right? I saw the thumbnail and it was suggested to me and stuff, but I was also kind of like, I know what's going to happen in this video. I've seen this.
Yeah.
It just felt like I've seen this. I know.
Right.
I know what this pedal sounds like. I know what he's probably going to say, that it's great.
Yeah.
And he's going to sound awesome, right? Like I don't have much else. What am I going to really gain from
Right. What do any of us gain from John Mayer playing the 424?
I guess. Yeah, I mean, he could play anything, right? And
as with everything John Mayer plays, we're all just slightly but measurably in a better mood. That's the only thing that happens. Okay.
I'll give you that.
I have Continuum on vinyl now.
Me too.
Absolute banger. That's
album,
peak
man.
John Mayer for me, and I don't
Me
mind.
too.
Like I have fun with a lot of other music, and I can also respect somebody who just like goes fuck it and genre hops for a while, even if that's not ends up being my thing. But Continuum, it's just like, oh man, it's just.
I think it was like that perfect intersection of his like early, really poppy stuff and the like guitar departure of his career, you know, and it has so many great guitar moments on it, obviously, like everyone knows this, but I didn't really feel that way about his music again until Sob Rock.
Yeah, Sob Rock got a lot of plays in our house too. My kid really liked that one.
It's great.
So
it holds up.
Yeah.
It was also interesting to me, though, is every one of John Mayer's albums has sold worse than the one before it.
Well, he's fine,
right? And like in the popular music
for him.
Thing,
that makes me feel much better. Because
so
a guy like that could be in that thing and just still going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of fact that could be at the top of a description of somebody just like going down the tubes and their life falls apart or something. You know what I mean? That's a story that we've heard before, but he's just like
totally. He's doing what he wants.
I'm gonna do this genre now,
which is like, honestly, hell yeah. I don't love the cowboy stuff as much, that country era kind of thing. It's good music. Like I think it's objectively well done and all that, but I don't know. There's better songs elsewhere.
I think he ends up with like a shitload of stuff on the cutting room floor. Yeah.
I've heard some interviews with him in the last couple of years where he talks a little bit about that. Just like what is the threshold for when a song is good enough to make the record, like to go through the effort of making it, basically. And he kind of said there's like a pretty important detail of not getting tired of it.
Yep.
Like he's got to tolerate it kind of thing. And that's an important range to be in, I guess.
Absolutely.
Which is fair. For me, it was always like, if I ended up with it stuck in my head later, it's a good sign.
A very good sign. Yep. And that's getting stuck in your head is the first step toward getting sick of it, but they don't always both happen.
They don't. And sometimes it takes time, I guess. I don't know. I think, especially as the songwriter, it can be hard to separate the experience, I guess.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Wow.
Anyway.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Finished my beer already. Damn it.
Damn. Do you need to make a run?
No, I'm good. I'm going to get heartburn if I do. This is a podcast at 300 episodes. Your hosts have acid reflux.
Acid reflux and oldness. My back hurts sometimes. I watched 2025. Still good. Haven't touched it yet. Oh my God. R2 Beer 2.
Perfect.
I love this.
No notes. Except his legs are facing the wrong way, but okay.
Wow. What do you want to talk about? Okay, so I think we were about to talk about something that was special that we might actually do for the 300 episode, and then I distracted us. So
right.
Derek swung in at the most dramatic moment to say
earlier today.
Yeah, exactly. To say why don't we finally do another Riff-Off?
Yeah.
And we've taken some time off and banked a bit of cash from Patreon so that we can do a good prize. And I said, yes, let's do it. We don't know what we're going to do. Now, we had theorized that the winners of Riff-Offs were going to participate in picking what the next style would be.
I think we were going to have them contribute an
option,
an artist or band or something to the pool, to the voting pool, which I'm totally down with.
Right. And so we haven't picked one, so I can't tell you that I've made the drums or anything at this point in the episode, but we will do that, and that'll probably be up and chosen by the time this episode comes out. If we get our shit together.
Let's set that deadline then.
We'll chat it in Discord over the next day or so. And that way I can have it ready, and it'll be ready to go full live by the next episode. But we can work out what a good prize would be. And I think with a few people hanging out with us, I don't know why we shouldn't take some suggestions in that hunt.
Budget-wise, I think in the past we've kind of floated around $100, and I think we should kind of keep it around $100 if we can. Yeah. Plus or minus some, just so those that win contests later on win something of equal value. Basically, we don't want to, blow it out on the one thing, and then the next guy gets a one spot, right? So,
are we tossing out one spots over here?
Oh, yeah. I'm using my one spot tonight. Just saying. Anyway.
I still got one. I think it's in that cabinet over there.
They're great. It's the best. It'll power the Nano Cortex.
Well, now that's an advancement in technology, because fancy stuff used to always need a lot more amps than that.
I'm running the Nano Cortex off a USB-C right now. It's plugged into my computer. Well,
that's not a fair judgment, because USB-C can carry 160 watts or something like that if you get a good cable. That won't melt.
So anyway, we're going to just feel this cable. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it's a braided Apple cable.
Everyone got to join Derek in a moment of panic.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Anyway, sound off in Discord over the next little while, including tonight, with some ideas for what that giveaway could be. Yeah. Something like a pedal or some cool guitar accessory is on the table. So sound off.
Yeah. What
could it be? Think about that, and also think about what kind of music you want to make for it. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Did a dog appear
Yeah, your dogs are like
my
living,
dogs are here. They're living
and they were like, "Hey, man."
They're existing in the room. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm in my own little world. I just have Derek over here in my ears.
So let me tell you this.
Okay.
You just turned around like, are the dogs actually in here? And
I forgot
earlier today, my neighbors across the street have been doing so much work on their house this year. I've been listening to my to music with my AirPods a lot this year because it's been noisy and I can walk around my house and stuff. So I'm walking around my house today listening to some tunes while they're repaving the driveway across the street, and my Roomba scares the daylights out of me 4 times. I'm like making up a cup of coffee, right? I'm like putting some laundry in the washing machine, that kind of stuff, and I just see it out of the corner of my eye. It comes out. I can't hear it coming. Scares me to death.
Oh my God, that's funny. So you and Emerson here, my older dog, are in similar situations because when I run the Roomba, he's pretty much completely deaf, and he's so old. He's just laying all the time. Like he's just like when he has to stand up, he has to really want to go somewhere, you know. So it's just like he's just not going to move. But he's also like too old and it hurts too much to get up kind of thing to care. But like, he'll just be laying there minding his own business and out of nowhere, he'll just get totally plowed into by the Roomba. And he's like, whoa! But he just kind of like, he doesn't move. He just gets surprised and looks at it. And he's like, I'm not going to move for a vacuum. Like that's not happening.
I love it.
Where the other dog will like dodge it. She'll see it coming and she does like this, like, and then she'll jump over it and stuff like that.
That's funny.
But it's hilarious. Yeah, because he's like surprised as hell. And his ears still perk. Like, because it's just reflexive. He can't hear, but he's still like, he looks like he's trying to hear all the time. So there'll be like a super loud sound right next to him. Nothing. And then if he catches that at a corner of his eye, his ears will shoot over. And it's just like, it's just so funny to see a poor guy. And and if I have to, since I'm on this story, if he's doing something I don't want him to do in the backyard, I have to jog out there and tap him because he like, you know, there's no way he'll ever turn around. If he can see me, he just kind of, and I'm like waving at him, he's looking at me like, what do you want, dude? Like, say something, you know?
Make me.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I literally don't know what you want right now. So it's
actually, like when we first had Charlie, we were first training him, we did a lot of our training with hand signals for that exact problem, thinking that one day if he goes deaf, you know, we're going to need something here.
And telling Emerson to lay down is literally the only thing. If he's facing me, I can still tell him to lay down. Well, ours was hands straight up in the air. Which and so I can do that, and he'll like anywhere in the yard drop if he sees me.
Step 0.
That's up to him.
Yeah. So, do you want to change gears? I have the Nano Cortex set up here, and I thought we could capture a pedal and do some comparisons.
There was threats of this last time. Let's do it for real.
Is that playing a sound? Because I don't hear it.
And this was the moment that our sounds disappeared. Yeah, it is playing a sound because you couldn't hear it. And I'm going to just, while you set up, I'm going to fix that.
So while Justin fixes that, I will tell you guys that I'm running my Rev D20 today on my desk with the IRs stuff going. You're hearing that now. So there's that. Oh, wait, one moment. I'm hooked up with the Nano Cortex and set up for a pedal capture here, and I have the Copper Sound Foxcatcher ready to do that. So let me turn that off. So I'm sorry, this is my tone.
Okay, we heard Foxcatcher before.
No, you heard an amp model going into the Rev, which is not what I want.
Oh, okay.
So this is a pretty, like, it's a tone. It's fine. So let me switch my camera here. I can show you how this setup is happening. Okay, so can you see
I sure can.
that? Okay. Pull that in a little bit. So back here is the Foxcatcher, and on the side of the Cortex is a combo jack, and then I've got my guitar in, out to my amp, and then this is like the send to the Foxcatcher, and the return is through the combo jack. So what we do...
So I'm sorry, make sure I get it. So you plug into... Where's your input going?
I'm plugged into the Cortex.
Okay.
So guitar in, guitar out is going into my amp.
Right.
So we can hear it. And then in kind of the capture loop, you might call it, is the Foxcatcher.
That's the Y cable that goes in there.
It's not even a Y cable. It's
not even a Y cable.
No, it's just instrument cables. So I got a patch cable coming out and going
Oh, it
in.
has multiple... I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Multiple
and then the combo jack on the side can receive an XLR or a 1/4 inch. So
okay.
This is my rev. Okay. And I can jump into capture mode by pushing the capture button. And now I've got kind of just a raw guitar, unprocessed in every way, going through the loop here with everything into the rev. So I'm going to turn on the Foxcatcher. You can see that light. Bring that down a little. And you can see these levels are kind of bumping around. I can adjust my ins and outs here. And if I bring it up too high, it
warns you with the red light.
Too low, yeah. And I'm also looking at the corresponding app on my iPad here to just like see the numbers and stuff. So, again, here's the bypass. Dial in that Foxcatcher a little. Cool. I think that sounds good. We'll call that the tone. You look like you have a question, Justin.
Yeah, no, I was kind of watching it and watching. So probably what was happening there was the Foxcatcher was a little quiet. So with your clean tone was ending up being louder than the Nano Cortex wanted it to be.
Right.
And so you needed to basically lower the input into Nano and then boost up the Foxcatcher back into the right zone.
Yeah. Okay. That seems like a good spot level-wise. Then I'm going to hit capture. I think I'm going to push this for 3 seconds. Is that the deal? There it goes. Okay, so now
it looked like the LEDs were going around the circle there while you did that.
Yeah, so now it's beginning its thing. And I'm just going to, we can't hear it do its thing, so I'm going to turn my amp on standby. But this will take...
it's playing its tones and stuff now.
Yeah, so now I'm just going to switch my camera back while we wait. But that is running its sweeps and stuff through the Foxcatcher and listening back. So on my iPad here, it says capture in progress, and we'll see as this completes, the ring will move around there. It's really easy, and like you don't need to use the app to do this. It helps if you want to set specific levels on stuff. Obviously, you need it to name it and to assign it to a specific bank if you want to get that granular. But what's a really cool thing about this is when it's done capturing, when it's done capturing, it will allow you to A/B the source and the capture at the same time and toggle between them pretty effortlessly.
Nice.
A really cool thing about it, I mentioned this to you earlier, is in the app, you can also set it to auto change every 2, 4, or 8 seconds. So you can go like completely eyes shut, turn around, whatever, not
just
observe the pedal.
Yeah.
Just be playing and listening and trying to find the difference. And we've seen this in gear demos like this before. Can you tell which one's the real Klon? Can you tell which one's the real, Silver Jubilee, whatever? And I think it's a Schrodinger's cat thing, right? Like when you're seeing which one it is, you are imparting your judgment on that thing.
Yeah.
And so if I know it's the capture, am I going to be predisposed to feeling a certain way about it over the pedal or vice versa?
Right.
So with this, it kind of gives you a quick, like, just like, don't look at it for a second and see if you can tell. And if you can tell, does it matter? Is it the same? Is it different enough? Is it, like, how close is it? Like, all these things. Like, so anyway.
In my mind, I was thinking, like, but when it's cycling every 8 seconds, how do I tell it this is the one I prefer? But that actually doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because then you
yeah.
then you just say, I prefer the capture or I prefer the pedal. And maybe you try to dial in a different tone and recapture, or you add more to the chain or something. I don't know. You change what else is in the signal path here. So one of the glaring things about this is how the Nano Cortex handles the capture slot. There's one capture slot, and in that, it has to be, it can only be one thing. So if I want the capture of the Foxcatcher in there, I cannot put a guitar amp in there. Meaning, this then becomes like an overdrive pedal, basically, that has copied the Foxcatcher that I can put on my board in another instance, right? Like I can bring that sound without the pedal. So that's kind of a bummer, right? Like I can't run a really good amp capture and a really good pedal capture at the same time in 2 separate slots. But instead, what you are supposed to do in that, like, sort of mentality is capture the amp with the pedal as one thing.
Right, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. So this is done. Let me just name this Foxcatcher, CSP. Let's just call it CSP FOX. I'm going to label it as an effect, and then tags, I'll just call it like overdrive. There we go. Done. And next. And so now, let me switch my camera back for y'all, and we can kind of hear some differences here so you can see what's happening. iPhone camera. Ta-da. Okay. So the green light here indicates that we are listening to the capture. When this light turns off, we're listening to the source, which is the original pedal back here. I can toggle between those just by stepping on this switch, and it will jump between the two. Or, like I said, I can have it auto switch every 2 seconds, which it's doing now. So
there you go.
Pretty great. So let's start. Which would you like to start with, I guess?
Just let it switch. I mean...
Let it switch? Oh,
I think so.
Ah, sorry. Here we go. You see that still?
Yeah, so if you're watching the video version, you can see the light. Otherwise,
so I'll set this to 4 seconds. This will change every 4 seconds. Oh, wait, off. So, okay, here we are listening. Stop. Here we are listening to the Foxcatcher itself. I'm going to manually switch that over to capture. Okay, let's switch that to alternate every 4 seconds. So,
I think I can tell.
You can tell, like, I can tell it has changed, right? Like, I cannot.
Yeah.
Can't always tell. Like,
I wouldn't have been able to tell
specifically.
you. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to tell you which one was which unless I knew ahead of time. Like, unless I listened to it sounds to me like the capture has a little bit more gain for some reason.
So, in the capture settings, you can adjust those input and output gains, right? You can, and even on the side of the pedal here, there is a boost as well.
Right.
Like for.
So I bet, like, and it was like depending on what part of the riff you were in. Like sometimes you were playing, it was in that zone where if you played a little less hard, they were pretty matched, but one of them seemed to have a little more gain for other parts. I bet you could slightly tweak a knob and you'd be.
That's what I mean. Like, where is perfection here?
Yeah.
Because now we're talking about the difference in my playing.
Right. We're definitely that close with it for sure.
We're that close. So again, here's the Actually, fuck it. I'm going to change the alternation here and not show you. Right.
Yeah.
And
Keep it on this camera. I almost can't hear it switch. You did it faster that time, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
2 seconds? Yeah, okay.
2.
I think I could still hear it changing, and I knew what difference to try to listen for.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. This is like the A, right? Without the A-B situation, nope, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Right. In what scenario am I going to be on fucking stage? Right. Going.
I'm picturing Derek on stage. He's made a capture of his Foxcatcher, but he's also brought the Foxcatcher.
Alex is asking, the capture has its own quote-unquote ideas about how much gain-based treble adjustment there is. So you don't tell the pedal like where the settings are or anything like that. It knows where its own settings are, of course. So if I were to save this, then I get access to the bass, middle, treble on that on the capture
so you're
block.
just like causing a deviation from what the capture was set at.
Correct.
With those, basically.
So you could even like dial all the highs out, capture it, and dial them back up, and like whatever. You can get all weird like that if you want.
Crazy with it. Yeah. That was a trick that I've heard that like high gain guys would do with Kempers, right? And I can't remember which way it was, but I think it was like that, where they would record their amps at a very low gain setting or something, and then let the Kemper just fucking blaze it.
Yeah,
or maybe it was the other way
like
around.
that.
I literally can't remember. Or they did it the other way around and pulled it back, and
So
you'd
I think
get
you
this
could
incredible
effectively
tone
do
or
that
something.
with this.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is like, I did this while looking at the app so I can like tell you what's happening. But I was experimenting with this earlier today without it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's great. It's cool for that. So then let me switch back my camera.
And no, to answer that question, you can't capture anything that has like a time-based effect.
Well, okay. So it says it's for overdrive fuzz, like gain staging, basically.
Yeah.
So like you could literally hook something up here, but I have no idea what would happen.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't. I guess you'd have to try it to see. Like, it would
could
just say
even
no.
like the capture could fail because it's not expecting it in that, like in that way. But so anyway, here we are again. That's the source. Here's the. So I'm going to save to library. Call it my Copper Sound Fox. Yep. And there we go. So now we're back. Here's my, let me turn this on and off. The problem, like I said now, is I can't put this pedal into my overdrive spot. It has to go in the capture spot. So, you know.
Sure, yeah. But you're still,
kind of
you can toggle between the captures.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
you can make whatever you capture, whether it's just the Foxcatcher or whether you put it with an amp, and then that's just like, this is my chorus tone, you know.
Correct.
And this is my verse tone in a different spot.
So anyway, that's how that goes. That's how you capture a thing. It's great. Like, it's easy. It's
yeah.
It's cool.
I like that it just does it silently. Like, it's like the robots talking to each other and through their cables.
Gibberlink, yeah.
The gibberlink.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to say to you, like, do you have like a reverb pedal right near you?
Do I?
Can we break it?
So
right
I was
now?
having trouble with a pedal earlier because it was clipping like crazy. Even at the lowest inputs, it was too much.
That's interesting.
And it was an overdrive. Hang on. I do. Okay. This is this pedal is for sale if anyone's interested. This is the what do you call it? Ghost Ridge reverb from Native Audio. So let me plug this in and get kind of fired up here, but there we go. Capture an IR of the room should work for a reverb and fix delays. I think the
because it can do an IR of the room.
Not this. No. How would it do that?
Okay. I don't know. I have no idea. I got confused.
So, yeah, I mean, this is fully contained. Like, I'm not set up with a microphone here
Right.
for
That's
guitar.
what I was thinking.
So, yeah. Okay. Back on with the amp.
Is the
So now
IR
I've got-
exportable at all? Like from the app
The
or
IR?
something?
You mean
or
the capture?
captures? Yeah.
So the capture you like upload to the cloud, and it can be downloaded by other users.
Sweet.
That's how I've gotten these amp tones that I'm using. So let me turn off the reverb on this amp. Where is that? It's in the pedal. That's where it is. There we go. Oh, there's reverb on my IR, I think.
Yeah, something's still making a slight
Something's reverbing.
ring. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just use this sound. Let me switch cameras again. Let's see if this works. We'll do it live,
All right.
everybody.
It will work or not.
Here we go.
Here we go.
What am I doing? Oh, turn this up. Okay. What is happening here?
I don't hear it.
Oh, because it's not in the loop. That's why. Duh.
Oh.
All right, let's turn capture mode on. Here we go. There's a
All
reverb.
right, there we go.
Let me bring it way up. Let's get weird. Cool. Got it?
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Let's begin.
Here we go. Capture.
Oh wait.
Or you gotta hold it
Start
down,
capture.
right?
Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So it's going. We'll be back in 5 minutes. It doesn't take long. Obviously, I'm not like.
It doesn't take 5 full minutes. At least it
No,
didn't
it
before.
doesn't.
What is it gonna do for this? Yeah. So okay. So
yeah,
they're talking
Alex's
about will it
question-
hurt pedal shells?
Yeah. So I sent Copper Sound Alex a picture of my setup today with the Foxcatcher kind of tied all in, and he was like, "Oh, you look like you're up to no good." And I was like,
I put
am.
this online and tagged you.
Yeah.
Put this tone online. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know I mean.
So I did ask him. I was like, "Are you okay if I do this? Like, I understand if not, and I will use anything else in my collection for this. But it was just the one that I was right here, and I grabbed it and set it up. He said, "No, go for it." So that's where we are. Okay, here we go. The app has told me there was an error during the sanity check.
Sanity check, you say?
Yeah, capital
Okay.
SC sanity check. Detected signal was too high. Please go back to the calibration screen and make sure the level meters are at an optimal level. So,
So it thinks
they
its gain was too high. Were they too high?
no, but I will bring them down some. Let's try again. All right. It's probably going to fail again.
Too much sanity or not enough?
Dealer's choice, huh?
It is interesting that so it's thinking that the input level is too high. So I wonder if it plays pulses and it's noticing that there's sound when there shouldn't be any more sound, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that could be a way of detecting that, because this can't work. Right? Like this can't sound like the reverb. It's not capable. It's not
for that. Yeah.
It's not capable. Like it's you need a totally different kind of sound generating engine in there to do
Correct.
this. Like
Yeah.
IR reverbs are a thing. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's like the IRs in cabinets. That would be a totally different part of this pedal if it was in there.
It just threw the same error.
Yeah, so it makes me think that they're using the ability that it's going to do some sweeps, it's probably going to do some pulses, things like that,
Right.
and the pulses are hearing tails and going I can't do that, and so I'm going to show you an error rather than making a crazy sound that doesn't make sense to you on the way back. That'd be better for customer support and stuff.
But for kicks, unrelated to anything we've been doing, here is one of the overdrives inside of this pedal. Here's my amp tone again. One of the rats. There's an OD250. Oh yeah. I'm also running it into a 112 IR right now, and it sure sounds like it. But anyway, that's the deal, man. And I think it's like really cool. Got any orange amps? No, because I'm running into the Rev. You're actually hearing my tube amp tonight. So we're not hearing the models on the Nano Cortex, but with a little switcherooski here, I can
stereo magic.
Probably figure that shit out. Let's see. Go away. Turn that off. Get out of here. Get out of here. Give me this. Where's this? Go to your home. We watched Happy Gilmore 1 the other night.
My TV's been advertising that to me lately.
It's funny, man. It's funny. Yeah. What are we doing? So there's no there's no capture on this at the moment because I was using the amp. And let's turn this on. There we go. We're still getting some ring here.
Yeah, the rings come way up, probably because the whole gain stage changed.
So this is a 65 Deluxe, a little crunchy, that I've been using today. There's that sound. Anyway, I hate that noise, so I'm going to turn it off. But anyway,
that's just buzz from the way this is all hooked up to the computer and stuff like that. Yeah. But doesn't actually sound like that.
Holy shit, guys! Oh my god, so many things on my desk. Okay,
that's cool. Derek was quite bummed that we didn't get the demo of capturing and stuff into the last episode. That's what he had meant to do.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we got to do that.
I'm glad too. It's fun. It's cool to be like, oh, that's it. And then once you practice that kind of setup and that, like the process of doing it, it all just sort of clicks a little bit more. And you think about like how you can configure the rig around a certain sound or not, or like how do you want to build your board? Is this pedal going to become a capture device of just other pedals? Like, is that all you're doing with it? I had this idea, and I want to know what you think about this. There's 4 presets accessible right here on the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm thinking about having like 2 amp sounds, like a clean and maybe a little crunchy, and then the same exact sound on the foot switch, but with the transpose block turned on. So I can tune down a half step, just like with the same sound. Everything's the same except the tuning.
So you're just in the middle of a chord.
I mean, no, but
because so would you? I'm trying to take what you're feeding me and come up with a cool use case for that. Now here's my next one.
Use case.
You didn't like my middle of the chord.
Okay.
I get it. You're going to play some songs and you don't have to tune your guitar. Great. We get it. You're an amazing person. You don't have to tune guitars anymore. Okay. Big deal. No.
The future is here. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Guitar tuning is so like 2025. So we have this thing. My dog's like honking in the background here. We got a half step down or whatever you choose, right? You know.
Yeah.
And so lay that into a guitar solo, right? So we're just going, we're doing the lick in the middle of it. We click on
Press the wrong
detune, and then we detune up again. And
do you mean accidentally, or do you mean?
No, I mean like you work it out so that you knew it was going to happen, and it sounds cool. I guess the trouble with that is. You have
but
to
if I'm
tell
playing in the
everybody
right key, no one,
You have to tell everybody in the audience that you're about to do it, or it's totally unimpressive, and it looks like you just played a solo that's good.
And everyone in the audience is going to be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about? The hell is a capture?" So, it's really cool and a lot of fun. And I want to capture a bunch of stuff, and I'll put it up on my thing on the Cloud Cortex, I guess, but or the Cortex Cloud or whatever they call it. But,
Cloud Cortex is a much better name.
Yeah, it is. But the problem I'm having is like, cool, I want to capture all this stuff because it's a fun process and it's fun to like match it and feel really good that it's accurate and correct. But then I'm also like never going to use these because this is going to be my guitar amp instead.
Right.
Because of this capture block issue.
Right, exactly. So what you really need to capture is like the way you want it to sound, not a bunch of individual things.
Right.
So it's
exactly.
like if you borrow something and you're like, I love this, then, lay it in with your rev and with something else, you know what I mean? And actually like, and then this is something that you can return to. Oh, remember that sound? Oh yeah.
Let me ask you this. I've been fiddling with this thing for a few days, a week, or 2 weeks. And I am realizing my ear acclimation is kind of a problem because
yeah.
I'll like fiddle around, find a new tone. Like, let's try this amp today, just for fun. I get going with that, and then I switch it back to the amp I really liked yesterday, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's so completely different and wrong and backwards, and it's like, I would have never chosen this, and yet I did. And then I play that for 30 more seconds, and I'm like, this is great.
I think. Well, first of all, this happens to all humans.
I just feel like mine is very fast. I don't know if that's. It makes me think I can't trust my own judgment about my guitar tone.
Okay, my comment was going to be that I think guitar is an extreme example because sounds that sound good can be so disparate, and guitars can sound so different from each other in how the high end responds, and and they can all be totally serviceable and good, even though one of them is like so not bright, and the other one, you know what I mean, and all this stuff, and we're kind of used to dealing with and accepting that and compensating for it to a certain extent. But then your comment is how quickly you adapt. But is that because you're playing it instead of, like, if you were listening to somebody else play it, maybe it'd be different?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, it just makes me feel like I loved this tone yesterday, and I thought this would be great to use for the Jimmy Eat World set that we're doing.
Yeah.
And then I hear it again the next day, and I'm like, no way. This is not what was I thinking?
Idiot would use this.
Yeah, and it makes me really second guess everything I know about what I like in a guitar tone. So I'm like gaslighting myself. You liked this yesterday. There's no way.
The better lesson should be that it's okay to like lots of different things. And
yeah, and it reinforces some of that sound in your head conversation.
Yeah,
it's like, what is that even worth if you can't define it at any point?
Yeah, I think with guitars especially, there does not have to be an objective measuring stick for what's a good tone. In my work, I reference things a lot. I need to keep a measuring stick. I need to not only listen to dialogue I've edited day in, day out for weeks, because if I drift, then everything starts coming out really bassy or something, or lacking body. Right. So, and I mean, whatever, I view television and all, I've got lots of references for what good dialogue is. And I also feel like I don't really stray from it naturally because I have just experienced messing and EQing things constantly, but it is completely different for guitars. Like, it's
I was just
totally
gonna say,
different.
Like, guitar, it's like the culture is around gear. It's like around many tones and around what if you need this sound? Like, that's a stupid conversation. But it is true in a way, because then you get into this like, well, the preset when I turned it on was a Princeton with a 10-inch speaker, and I had a lot of fun playing with that. But now I'm playing a dual rec with a 412, and that's really fun. And then I switch back to the Princeton, and I'm like, why did I think this was good?
The answer is they're all good. The answer is what else is in the song. Because that's the other thing is you're listening in isolation when you're talking about all this stuff. And if you were playing in a song, you could make some of those work, some of them might not, and you'd trash them right away, but some of them might be close and you'd EQ them, which is not something you're generally going to do in isolation. Right? Or you do EQ, but you're EQing in isolation. So it's like, depending on what else you were hearing, you'd be like, oh, this is great, just needs a little more treble or something.
Yeah. The duality of guitarist, huh?
Yeah, exactly. All tones are simultaneously good and bad.
Schrodinger's tone strikes again.
Yeah, that's right. Bookended.
So, I mean, that's a whole episode right there.
Yeah.
I say we save the thing in the show notes for next time.
Yeah, let's axe it.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow, it's gone.
Ka-chow.
Pick of the week, Roombas.
Pick of the week, scaring myself. My pick of the week is, when's this going to come out? This is going to come out on the 15th. So, okay, listen. My pick, give me a sound.
Okay.
My pick is for you to give me a sound. Yes! I was this close to doing the 1981 today for this instead of the copper sound. But I was like, no, we got to use a tone control fave.
Yeah.
One of the greats. Look at the Foxcatcher.
Thing of the week. I said pick of the week. I mistitled our own segment.
My thing of the week is Granite State Comic-Con.
Yes.
Is coming. It'll be the weekend after this episode comes out. So the weekend of September 20th and 21st. Mm-hmm. It's in Manchester. It's at the Convention Center and at the Arena, both places. And my Star Wars projects are going to be at the Arena with a whole bunch of other makers showing off their cool shit. There's stuff from Futurama. There's stuff from The Return to Oz. There's stuff from The Wild Robot. There's everything. The criteria for this group of builders is that it is a robot from something. TV, movie, video games, whatever. Robots. Full stop.
Excellent.
We're even having some BattleBots come this year, and to show off their shit, like real fucking fighting robots. Meanwhile, mine are just like fancy bookshelf items. But so if you're in the New England area and you want to check out a small, like modest but like manageable convention, Granite State Comic-Con is like a great size for that. So if you hear this within the week, come see me at Granite State Comic-Con and I'll give you like a cool 3D printed little thing. How about that? That's my pick.
That's a pretty fucking good deal.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm going to have one of my printers there, slinging freebies all day.
Fast as you can print them.
Got 4 an hour. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
I got stickers.
Awesome.
Dude, a buddy of mine is an illustrator, and he did some amazing, where are they? Let me show you the real ones. He did some amazing pen and ink illustrations with some alcohol markers of some of my builds.
Oh, nice.
Here we go. My buddy Andy. So I sent him some photos, and he did some great illustrations of my projects. Here's my pit droid that he drew, and I had these all turned into stickers that I'm going to be handing out too. Here's my battle droid.
Awesome.
And the RJs, and like they're great, man. And I got them into stickers for people. So going to be handing these out.
So cool.
Which I'm super stoked about, to have worked with like another artist to make yet more cool art. And that artist, who is a friend of mine, is even cooler. So thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
That's my pick.
Awesome. My pick seriously is Roombas, because I don't have anything in mind.
DJ Roomba. The classic.
Get a Roomba. Scare your dog.
Get a Roomba. Cool.
My daughter's more afraid of it than our dogs are.
Okay.
I can't. She's 10. I don't understand it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
I don't have time for that. So, all right.
So
300. All right. Thanks.
yeah, I mean, good job. Good job. Hey, Justin. Nice.
Hey, Derek.
300.
Well done. Love that.
Love that.
We're going to chit chat in Discord over the next few days, and we're going to work out what the next riff contest is going to be. And we'll make sure that it is posted and ready to be used before the next episode gets recorded, so that we can talk about it and listen to the drums and stuff. And we will also be chatting about what the prize should be, taking suggestions, and we'll come up with something. Maybe we'll Maybe it'll be cool.
Maybe.
You never know.
You never know. Sometimes we get up to some stuff, It might be a good one.
All right. And apparently for the episode 300, everybody changed their name, and apparently this is going to get wild. So thanks to everybody.
Wait, where's the music, Justin?
There it is. Thanks to everybody. Sometimes we go too long. Okay. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for listening / watching, and especially the Patreon supporters. If you want those links, they're right there in the show notes, and it's easy to find. And the Patreon people that we like, and these are all real, actual people.
These are their God-given names, everybody.
These are their real names now, permanently, forever.
Wait, no.
Oh.
Wait,
Hold
Mike's
on.
not. That's not. Stop the music.
Stop the music. Hold on. Delete. Where's the music? Hold on. I have to find it and delete it. Goodbye, music. Go to hell. All right.
Sorry, I messed up Mike's name. This is the.
Okay.
Okay, go.
The music's coming back, everybody. Assuming it's gonna work now. No, it's giving me an error and saying it can't play the music.
Oh, you bitch! You stopped it too early. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Plays.
The intro.
Hold on. I had to go to my document. This is all terrible. I had to go to my documents folder where this stupid file is.
Hey, everybody.
Prove to my computer that the sound can play.
Welcome to the podcast. That's how we do it here at the Tone Control.
All right, there we go. And now we're going to try to push this. All right, we did it. Manually this time.
I can't hear it, but that's fine. I don't need it.
Fuck. No, because it won't be in the recording.
Oh, fuck.
You're the clue if it doesn't show up on
Guys,
your ears.
This is
just going so good.
How better to end episode 300 of the podcast? Am I right?
Than with a complete fuck up.
There we go.
We got it now. We're in. We're in. All right, everybody. Thanks to the Patreon supporters. If you want those links, go to the show notes, like I said earlier. And if you don't want those links, do nothing. It's that easy. The Patreon supporters that we support now. Nope. Anyway, the point is their names are this, and there's their actual names that they chose. This is Tone Control.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, there's a bunch of 300 jokes, like the movie 300.
Oh, I know what he wants me to do.
Yeah.
This is Tone Control.
Yes. Yeah. Instant thumbnail.
Rabbi Mother Flipping Bob. This is 3D printing control. How many of those are they going to make me do? Carson Ricketts, Matthew Fenselau, Riesenwolf, B-Gow 69420, Average Andrew D2, Sean Wright of Lollygagger Effects, and the 300.
Look at that.
Oh, and it's
nothing
going
but
away.
net
Fade
right here at the end of the music video. See you later, everybody. 300. Nothing but net.